Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show, sponsored by Deters Consulting Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, the big debate last night, complete waste of time, and it's amazing. They're 48 points behind Trump, and they have a debate. Why? The polls show that DeSantis did better than Nikki Haley, but then he almost fell off the stage getting off. He had an ugly tie on. Vivek and Haley went at it, though. That was the fun stuff. You know, she's going, no TikTok, no TikTok. Vivek pointed out how big of a TikTok person her daughter is. Don't put my daughter's name in your voice. Did that sound like Will Smith? I think it did. And then called him scum after that. Then when he said she's Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels, why? After she left the United Nations, she goes on Boeing's board. She starts cha-chinging. Look how much money Nikki Haley has made from the time she was governor, UN ambassador, to now. She's a typical, let's eat at the trough. And he called her out on it. NBC hosted it. This was great. During a commercial break, they were chanting, Trump, 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 Trump. The audience. They had to tell him to stop. Love it. Trump rally. He held a rally at the same time down in Florida. Hialeah, the mayor of Hialeah, named a street after him. There was booze for a congressman he introduced. They said, there was booze for Trump. No, it was a congressman that the crowd must have been mad at for some reason. He called Nikki Haley a bird brain. But Trump won last night again. Then this is funny. He issued a great statement. Remember I said, they're going to blame you, they're going to blame you. Well, Trump issued a statement yesterday saying he tried his best to get Cameron across the finish line, but the stench of Mitch McConnell was just too much. And then said Tate Reeves won. It was a great statement. And think about it, folks. This is just why I hate politics. Where's Mitch McConnell and Terry Carmack being questioned by the media? The state media doesn't even hold them to the trough with it. Like, you were the architects of this campaign. Why'd you lose? What'd you screw up? No quotes from McConnell or Terry Carmack about Daniel Cameron losing. They just run away from it. Leave him on the stage all by himself with his crying wife. Meanwhile, Trump said he would consider Tucker as a VP choice, and Tucker says that if he gets sentenced to prison, he's going to max out his donation to him. Comer is finally issuing Jim Biden, Hunter Biden, Haley Biden, all the Biden subpoenas. Yeehaw. Gaza, it just keeps going on and on. Hamas, though, says they want a permanent war. You can't make peace with somebody who wants a permanent war. And I'm so sick now of the word pause. Pause. And John Kirby from the State Department saying, we will hit them at a time and a place of our choosing. These catchphrases, they suck. Abbott said, Texas governor, he's more worried than ever about a terrorist attack because they don't know how many terrorists have came in this country. Here's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about a bad terrorist attack on an event with 100,000 people. And it scares the hell out of me. I think about that every time I walk into a stadium. They've done everything to fix the border. Did you know that, Sabrina? Joe Biden has done everything he can to fix the border. These people are nuts. Texas crash, an illegal alien smuggler was fleeing cops. 8 people died. Shoplifting in New York and LA is up over 60%. Can't make it up. Ivanka testified yesterday. She didn't remember much. Trump has experts that Letitia James, she wants the judge to block him calling experts after they called experts. And he's named 127 witnesses he wants to call. Here we go. Tuesday election spin. I'm so sick of them acting like MAGA lost. No, they didn't. McConnell lost Kentucky. Tate Reeves won in Mississippi. Jeff Landry won last month in Louisiana. They didn't have a bad night. Virginia, folks, nobody on Fox News and national media spoke about this. Barack Obama and Eric Holder has made their mission to work on state legislators and state because they know how important that is. Their numero uno state target was Virginia. Virginia. There were dark forces trying to get that state legislature to go Democrat, and they succeeded. It's not the total end of the world. Joe Biden low ratings are as bad as they've ever been. Minnesota Supreme Court yesterday said Trump's going to stay on the ballot. Weapons depot was hit in Syria. Wow. We get hit like 40 times and we hit a weapons depot in Syria. Massey refused to censor Tlaib. He's getting hit right now with a pro-Israeli PAC commercials. An Illinois judge who let a rapist go with hardly any punishment whatsoever is facing discipline. He ought to be kicked off the bench. Sherelle Parker is the first black woman to ever be mayor of Philadelphia. First thing she'll probably do, defund the police. Hillary compared on The View yesterday Trump to Hitler. Imagine that. Can you imagine how dark, I mean dark, Hillary's soul is? High-class sex ring was busted in Boston. Politicians, businessmen, everybody. I'm telling you right now, America's full of pervs. Zepbound has been approved by FDA. Eli Lilly, this is their answer to Ozempic. Zepbound. Why don't they say, they call their drug, Jamie and Sabrina, no more lard ass? Wouldn't that be a better name? No more lard ass. All right, Hamas. This leader of Hamas has 1,000 hostages shielding a hospital. Kill that guy. Green Charter Township in Michigan voted out everybody on their council Tuesday because of the deal that they made to bring in a China battery maker. And last but not least, this scumbag, Brian Raymond of the CIA, for decades was drugging and raping women. He's going down. Can you imagine? You got the license to do it. I work for the CIA. Sick. Guy that handsome shouldn't have to drug a woman. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show local news, sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, a Fairview man was sentenced to 3 years for an arson in law and crime, and he also has to pay $205,000 in restitution. Boone Steel case. This was a case where Boone Steel busted some people taking supplies to another place, and Mark Getz and 3 others took an Alfred plea, which means they're not admitting guilt or innocence, but it just gets it over with. It's not a felony and they move on. Mark Getz is a good guy. All right, Kiara Phelps. She's wanted by the Cincinnati police for what? Identity theft, forgery, so forth and so on. Doesn't look like your typical criminal, does she? Tiffany Lucas. You ready for this? Chuck Holbrook's first wife was named Tiffany Lucas. That's not her, though. Murdered her 2 children. How sick, messed up on drugs or whatever do you have to do to murder your 2 children? Jamie Knoll, former Clark County sheriff, has been arrested and charged. He apparently used former workers to do work while they were being paid by the state. Mohammed Mandel shot his wife in front of 2 kids, 14 months, 2 months. And he said, man, I'm not the bad guy. He said it was self-defense. He shot her 7 times. Said he thought she was reaching for a gun. Triple shooting in Pulaski County. The grandson is wanted. Apparently shot both his grandparents, and he's on the loose. In local news, Turfway Park begins their new track betting, their little short meet, November 29th. Hathaway Diner in Cincinnati. Carew Tower. We used to go there all the time. Is closing after 60-plus years. Myrna Eads, my good friend of Moms for Liberty, had to take off her shirt. When she worked at the poll, she had a Moms for Liberty t-shirt on. Who cares? Publix. I always call them Publix. Publix. Publix is opening a new grocery store at Richwood and I-75, right there by Triple Crown. It's going to be open in 2025. Motorcycle crash in I-75 near Crittenden. They were air cared, but apparently they were okay at the scene. Must have been some abundance of caution. And in Kentucky news, I always remember this because I was so into politics as a young man. Deer rifle season opens in Kentucky this coming Saturday. My tips to you, stay away from woods. Stay in the house. Bullets will be flying. Jury duty scam going on. You get a phone call. FBI's warning Kentucky about it. You get a call, so you got to pay the fine for not coming to jury duty right then, or they're going to arrest you. McConnell is the stench. I talked about this on the Eric Deters show, too. According to Trump, he tried his best, but there was too much stench of McConnell. It was a great statement. In Ohio news, Rodney Moosterpaul, Middletown City Council member, is resigning in the middle of his term. We don't know why. Darian Fields, 40-some years old, was killed on I-75 after he left the Atrium Healthcare Center. What I don't understand is these people get killed on the interstate. I'm like, what the hell are they doing walking on the interstate? And then the family always goes, oh. All right, $4.25 million was spent from a fund to promote the sale of that, all coming from Norfolk Southern. They passed a law in the city about developers not being able, but this is okay according to their new policy. It never ends. And Honeywell, Cincinnati-based, is being sold to a Cleveland company. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Thursday the 9th of November. You're watching Eric Deters World News with Jamie Spinley, the latest headlines. Hamburg police yesterday said they had arrested 4 children and seized a pair of apparent toy weapons after a major operation at a school in the Blankenshire district of Hamburg. Students were evacuated from the premises following reports that 2 young people at the school had threatened to use a gun. A man has been crushed to death by a robot that mistook him for a box, according to South Korean media. The worker in his 40s was inspecting the robot's sensors at a warehouse for agriculture products in South Gyeongsang province. According to the Yonhap news agency, the robot was lifting boxes of bell peppers when it misidentified the man. 16 alleged leaders and associates of the Gambino crime family have been arrested in the United States and Italy. The charges against them include racketeering, extortion, witness retaliation, conspiracy, and fraud. 10 were arrested in New York and 6 by Italian authorities in Palma in Sicily. Another suspect is still at large, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. And listen this, folks. Pablo Picasso's 1932 painting, Woman with a Watch, has been sold for a staggering $139 million. At an auction by Sotheby's in New York, the second highest price ever achieved for the painter's work. An anonymous buyer outbid 2 others to secure the masterpiece. Until tomorrow, thanks for watching. Cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. We have no boundaries. Well, we got some boundaries. David Portnoy, the owner of Barstool Sports, has bet $67,000 on the Bengals to win the Super Bowl. His payoff could be $1 million. Why not? Yeah. Joe Burrow, when asked if Ohio State can claim him, says what he likes to always say is he went to college at Ohio State. He played football at LSU. He could be a great politician, can he? Yeah. All right. The Panthers and Bears play tonight. What an awful Thursday night game. I think people are going to be watching Netflix over this game. The Dallas and the Eagles game is the highest rated football game, pro football game, since the Super Bowl. It went off the charts, and people watched it all the way to the end. All right, Aaron Rodgers. There is this crazy allegation that he faked. I tell you right now, I am not somebody who just automatically dismisses conspiracies. JFK was not just killed by Lee Harvey Oswald, but come on. Yeah. Angels have hired Ron Washington to be their new manager. All right. Murray from the Denver Nuggets is going to be out a month. They still won last night. And Giannis got kicked out of the game by jamming and mocking the little short guy. And then he tried to sit on the bench for a while. Sat with the fans, but it didn't work. They kicked him out. NKU Sports are going to add the following sports, Jamie Spinley. Men's volleyball. Are you going to go back to college, Jamie, and play men's volleyball?
No.
All right. Swimming for both men and women. women's triathlon, and this one, women's stunt. What the hell's women's stunt? All right. NCAA football last night. Miami, Ohio 19, Akron 0, the Zips. How you got the name Zips? All right. Bowling Green 49, Kent State 19, Toledo 49, East Michigan 23. Is it like all the low-level NCAA Ohio football teams play? Crazy. NBA, Denver beat Golden State 108-105. Suns 116, Bulls 115. Beal made his debut, scored 13 points. Knicks 126, Spurs 105. Didn't go well for old Victor in Madison Square Gardens. Nets 100, Clippers 93. Isn't Clippers supposed to be a super team by now? Kings 102, Trailblazers 101. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Pop Culture, my favorite show. Country Music Awards last night. Lainey Wilson, Entertainer of the Year. Chris Stapleton brought the house down with White Horse. Luke Bryan, Peyton Manning had some good times, including making fun of Taylor and Kelsey not being able to do it. And in addition to that, took a shot at the Jets. And people are talking about that Winona Judd did not look well. But anyway, I hate these award shows. Did you watch them, Josh? Me neither. Actor strike ends. Yeehaw. Roger Waters, one of the founders of Pink Floyd, thinks everything that's going on October 7th, where Hamas went into Israel, Gaza Strip, is all fake. Meghan and Harry are losing friends left and right. You know what it is? Everybody thinks they're untrustworthy. They're working on more memoirs. Don't you think you have to be like at least 60 years old before you do a damn memoir? Right. They're just big tattletales. And then this is a funny story. There's a report that Josh McDaniel actually traded Peyton Hillis, the running back, because he thought his wife was attracted to him. Josh McDaniels was destroyed by the Las Vegas players after his firing. I mean, I don't think he'll get another coaching job. You know who could use him? His old coach, Bill Belichick. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.